Hello. Do you miss me? I really miss you. This is Brownie Time.
Hello everyone! Welcome back to Brownie Time.
Welcome back to Brownie Time.
It's me, Brother Reginald.
And Brother Paul.
So we've been away for a long time, but we're back. We're back. Okay, we hope everyone has been okay and been doing well. If you have tuned into our podcast 2 weeks ago, you would have heard the reasons why we have been away for so long. Just to let everyone know our filming schedule. So every first Friday of the month, tune into our podcast, the Brownie Time podcast. Information will be provided down below. And on the third Friday, you'll see us on YouTube, Brownie Time, the YouTube edition.
Officially, we are back.
Yeah! If you viewers remember, I don't know if you can remember viewers, but some time ago, we put out a notice like, if you have any souvenirs to send us from your hometown, feel free to send them to us and then we'll do something about it. And some of you have sent in items. It's just that because we've been away for so long, we have not had the opportunity to do so. So, Brother Paul, I have something very special for you.
I'm waiting.
Let's ask. Oh, by the way, our assistant behind the camera today is Brother Robert. Hello, Brother Robert.
Hello.
So, Brother Robert, I will trouble Brother Robert to go behind the scenes, behind a partition over there to retrieve the items. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why we have this special arrangement, it's just to factor in social distancing. So, Brother Paul and I are actually very far away from each other.
Far away from you. I'm not good at singing, so it's stop here. Yes! Okay. Surprise me.
Also the scissors. Thank you, Brother Robert. So,
may I touch it?
I have a special something. As I've mentioned earlier, some of you have been so kind to send us souvenirs from your hometown. So, I will give Brother Paul the honors of unwrapping them. So, Brother Paul, the first one, social distancing.
Nasi lemak.
Okay, so Brother Paul, nasi lemak is one of the dishes of Singapore. I mean, not just Singapore. In case our Malaysian viewers out there, we also share the same dish with our Malaysian friends from across the causeway. So it is a wonderful
very beautiful,
plate.
very nice.
And the person who sent this to us is Leroy, who also he sent in these microphones came in from Leroy.
Oh my!
So we thank Leroy.
Thank you very much.
We have a souvenir. Souvenir from Singapore. So nasi lemak is like a coconut rice, one of the national dishes of Singapore. So thank you, Leroy.
Thank you.
Production director, our PD. Our PD will zoom in. You can see nasi lemak. So thank you once again, Leroy.
Thank you very much. God bless.
And the next item, see this very, very big box. I have no idea what's inside. But before we open this, we will welcome our special guest. He's been hiding off on the side. For our guest for this evening is from Thailand.
Brother, I'm sure that you met him if you always in tune with our YouTube channel, especially Brownie Time.
You mean the episode when we said we were back and then we went off for a long time?
Hello everybody.
Maybe you greet everyone in Thai.
สวัสดีครับทุกท่าน
Wow. Okay, so the reason why I decided to introduce Brother Ong first is because this came from Thailand. Oh, how did you know?
I just follow you.
Here's the pair of scissors.
How can I open?
See, Brother Paul has problems opening the box. And this is where we put the scene, the one of SpongeBob.
1 hour later.
I am fragile.
Okay, I will put on my mask, my safety mask, and go help Brother Paul. Safety mask on.
Bro, you got a toy. It's a toy.
Maybe Brother Ong.
How do you call this one?
ตุ๊กตุ๊ก
Huh?
ตุ๊กตุ๊กตุ๊กตุ๊ก
Tuk-tuk.
Brother Ong, can you explain for our non-Thai viewers out there, what is this item here?
In Philippines you have jeepney, right? But in Thailand we have ตุ๊กตุ๊ก
Okay.
It's very fun when you sit at the back and they rev the engines and go very fast. That's really.
So you experience
Oh,
already?
yeah, I've been to Thailand.
Oh,
I'm not sure if you listened to our podcast, but in our podcast, we were talking about going back to school. And we were talking about, well, all of us. So again, Brother Paul goes to Loyola School of Theology. I go to the University of Santo Tomas. And so Brother Robert goes to Loyola School of Theology. But this is our second year back at school.
yes.
And so you've already heard us on the podcast back at, going back to school. But this time, Brother Ong, in fact, this is his first year out of novitiate and going for studies. So today will be a back to school special, even more special edition, Brother Ong for the first time heading back to school. So Brother Ong, maybe you can tell our viewers where you're going to school now and what you're studying.
Currently, I go to UST, University of Santo Tomas. The course is called the Preparatory Program for STSV, also known as the Philosophy. And also, I am the first years and still adjusting to the new environment.
If you go to UST and take theology at UST, you have 10 subjects a semester. I do not know how we cope, but
Brother, lucky for you.
how's this feeling of going back to school after? When was the last time you were in school?
The last time was 10 years ago, 2010, when I enrolled for the master degree of economics in Thailand. The feeling at that time and this time, some are the same and some is not. The thing that the same is excitement to see new friends, excitement to go back to study again, excitement to see or to learn something new. But the difference is the learning method. I have to be more responsibility for my schedule. From last 4 weeks that I study, I realized that the assignments come as back to back. I don't even have some free time for day because I have to rush the assignment.
So a lot of people think, at least those people that I'm in contact with, this aspect of study, they normally associate it with the Dominicans or the Jesuits, and rightly so, I believe, because they're running two of the biggest academic institutions here in the Philippines. What perhaps not many people realize is also that study is a very important part of the Carmelite life.
Actually, study is sacred in Carmel. Yes. I remember our Holy Mother said that the church needs the learned person more than the spiritual person. At the same time, our Holy Father Saint John of the Cross said that religious first, and after that, student. Study is sacred in Carmel. But at the same time, we have to need to be balanced in our life. One of the things that I find is most difficult in Carmel is how to be balanced between to fulfill the duty as a religious and at the same time as student.
Yeah, definitely. Yes. I think even more so in this time of pandemic. I guess everyone knows that we're taking online classes because there's no way of getting to university. But I feel personally that even though the classes have moved online, things have not become easier. In fact, we seem to have gotten more assignments.
Actually, more demanding.
It's not even an open secret. It's quite well known, I think, among the brothers that I'm quite fond of St. Thomas Aquinas. And because of this, a lot of people ask me, said, maybe you should have joined the Dominicans, because you like St. Thomas. So like I mentioned earlier, Carmel has its own academic tradition as well. I like to bring up, and I've brought it up before, this group of Carmelites, Discalced Carmelites called the Salmantichenses. They were named because they were located in Salamanca. This was just the time after St. John of the Cross. And this group of Discalced Carmelites at the University of Salamanca were so well regarded, they were held in such high esteem. And they were known, first of all, as commentators of St. Thomas Aquinas and his works. And it was said that they had such a high or such a great reputation that if you were involved in some kind of theological debate at the time, and if the Salmantichenses, these Discalced Carmelites, supported your position, most likely you were correct. This example has always inspired me that I may have a great love of St. Thomas, but I can express this in the Carmelite way because it has been done before. It is not unusual. Yes, and we've been assigned our reading also of St. Teresa Benedicta of the Cross, The Signs of the Cross. I was reading it in the early pages and there's this really wonderful quote from...
Actually, it's very profound.
Yeah. And she says, it is possible to worship God by doing scholarly research. And I read this and said, oh, sometimes I feel a little bit guilty that, maybe if you like academia, maybe you should be in another congregation. But there you have it from the words of Saint Teresa Benedicta herself.
Yeah. It's really important to stress the important role of the study in the life of a Carmelite. So I take it as an opportunity to study seriously, and I enjoy it for the service of the church in the future, and for the love of Carmel of the soul. That is more important.
Well, I think that is a good point. That is I think all the formalists and all the students must be aware that why do they study for and what do they study for. This is important. Otherwise, you will form only the academic but not religious life. You will become you will graduate. You may be ordained. But what's the point if you didn't understand why do you study and why do you have and what purpose you have to study?
Actually, I like your point. If you go to the doctor, you will find the better one, the best one. To be sure that...
especially if he's operating on you, you don't go to a guy who was sleeping throughout his lectures.
He knows what to do for you. And what is better for you, what is the best for you.
Or you ask for, or you meet the doctor that I just barely passed for the operation subject.
And just put it in aspect that there's one soul, one miserable soul comes to you. He wants to to save himself, to have the eternal happiness with God, and he finds that you are not really good religious. You are not equipped with the knowledge, enough knowledge about God, about what is happening to him. So how can he trust in you? How can?
So it's like being a doctor of the body and being a doctor of the soul, equally important. So study hard. So that's all the time we have for this evening, and we hope that you've enjoyed our conversation. It's good to be back. We're really so happy to be back, and we're so happy to be seeing all of you again.
I know that you miss me. I know that you miss us. So we are back. We are back.
I will insert a song here. Back for good.
I want you back for good.
So today is Friday, so we wish all of you a very good weekend. Stay safe and stay always in the good graces of God. And we look forward to seeing you again in 3-4 weeks.
And remember that God loves you.
Tune into our podcast. So again, the first Friday of the month and the third Friday of the month. First Friday podcast. Third Friday the YouTube edition. So we thank Brother Ong for being with us here this evening. And,
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, so as usual, everyone take care, and we'll see you again soon.
Stay healthy, be safe,
stay holy,
and God bless you.
God bless.